Hey, welcome. What's up, everybody? Welcome to MLB DFS Pre-Rock Live for a Monday night. Pete Cole here for your fielderschoice.com. Monday, it's a 9-game slate, so it's pretty cool for a Monday. We got a lot going on, actually, for your fielderschoice.com. For anybody new that's going to be watching or watching on demand later on. It's football starting, so football is a real huge adjustment. We started last week with college football. We have a college football special going on right now. $25 a month for $50 for the first 2 months. Total, that's all sports included. We cover all sports, especially the small sports. That's our specialty, especially most sports that other websites don't cover, like tennis, major soccer, the esports, WNBA. We had summer league basketball. So niche sports is our specialty. But $25 a month, first 2 months for new subscribers. Check us out. We have a free Discord and also premium rooms. What else we got going on? A lot going on this week. NFL starts this weekend, of course. We're going to have our normal show we've had for a couple of years now on Sunday mornings, live show. We have WNBA tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 4-gamer, I believe. So Walt Waddell will have his breakdown on that. College football is now in full swing. We're now in week 1. We got through week 0 last week. Week 1, we're going to have Thursday. There's a Thursday slate. There's a Saturday slate. So we're going to have a Wednesday night live show. We're going to have a Saturday morning live show, the live before lock. It was also a showdown on Wednesday night. I'll have some information. I'll have a breakdown on that for Wednesday. I think there's actually 2 of them. I know one of them is UAB. US Open's going on right now. So we have cheat sheets for that. That started, I guess, today. What else? We got CFL is in full swing. Canadian football that starts on Friday. Walter, on part of our college football show on Wednesday night. Walter is going to have a breakdown for week 4 CFL. And what else we got? NASCAR, esports, so on. So pretty much, it's the best part of the year for DFS. So much going on, and we still have baseball. So we actually have 6 weeks left in the baseball season, which is pretty weird. What we do. So we have a big slate tonight, 9 games. Let's get right into it for Monday, and let's start with weather, actually. And there is some weather concerns for at least one game. I just updated it, and let me see. Kevin Roth, pretty much our DFS weather guy from Rotor Grinders, just actually sent out a tweet like a half hour ago saying they kind of upped the risk in Washington. That's actually a Zach Wheeler game. The Phillies against the Nationals. Says you need to watch a fresh batch of showers upstream and so on. And I've been going back and forth on Wheeler all day for cash. That kind of may make my decision easier to make him over GPP play. The latest I see, spotty storms. They wouldn't expect a postponement, but you never know in Washington. I've seen them postpone games without a drop of water. But there may be some delays. And the other game was a Cincinnati game, which actually is the early start. That's not part of the slate. So just Philadelphia, Washington's all we have to be concerned about for tonight's weather. But that is Zach Wheeler, who is actually a cash play and gets some ownership, which we'll talk about in a second. All right, weather is out of the way. Let's talk about Vegas right now. The updated Vegas. One team over 6 implied runs. That's Toronto, as they are home against Baltimore. There's 6.3 implied runs. They open up at 6-1. They are almost 1 run higher than anybody else. You see there's 3 other teams that are 5 runs or higher. We have San Diego at 5.5, going up against Arizona. Same pitcher had no hit them there a couple weeks ago. Yankees and out west against the Angels at 5.2. Then the Dodgers at 5.1, playing against the Atlanta Braves. All right, so we have 4 teams over 5: the Dodgers, Yankees, Padres, and Blue Jays. On the money line, the biggest favorite is by far is Toronto. Huge favorites, minus 338. They opened at minus 281. That's Robbie Ray pitching tonight. Huge favorites. He's going to be a chalk pitcher. Beside that, there's only one other team over 200. That's the Dodgers, minus 205. Beside that, everybody's under 200. So it's only pretty much 2 big favorites tonight. Unless you want to consider San Diego and Paddock, which I don't, at a minus 184. They've actually jumped. They opened at 166. Unless you want to consider them big favorites at 184, which I really don't. Paddock scares me, but he's there at minus 184. So the Blue Jays and the Dodgers are your 2 biggest favorites tonight in Vegas. All right, Vegas is out of the way. All right, so all you guys watching our cheat sheet has been, it was updated a little while ago. Let me see if it's been updated again. If not, though, it's pretty close to. We're gonna roll it up. It was updated like a half hour ago, so we're gonna roll that. It's gonna be the same pretty much for now. So let's talk about pitchers. Robbie Ray right now is our top pitcher. Looks like ownership wise on both sites. We're seeing about 42% ownership on DK, 25% ownership on FanDuel. He is the best pitcher of the slate. I would pretty much consider him a lock. I would core him, FanDuel or DK. FanDuel, you only have to use one pitcher. Just run Robbie Ray and cash. DK, he's definitely your SP1. Ray's actually, this is a guy we used to actually pick on for the last couple of years. He's kind of turned his whole career around this year. He's going to be chalk, but the type of guy for cash, you eat this chalk at 9.7. He's a lefty. Let me see, since the All-Star break, he's at a 1.92 ERA, excellent. 0.97 WHIP, excellent. 30.7 strikeout rate, excellent. Last three appearances, let me see. Last three games, he struck out 8, 11, and 14 batters, averaging over 30 fantasy points per contest. Ray's your number one. Of course, he's going up, and big favorite going up against the Orioles, who right now strike out 24% against lefties in the month of August. So Ray's your SP1, FanDuel, and DK. So the question is going to be who we're going to run for cash as their SP2. Most of the day, I was kind of middling with Wheeler and Ray, the two top pitchers on the slate. I like running the two best ones in cash if there's enough value, and it usually is this time of year. Now, though, I've been looking for reasons kind of like to get off Wheeler, and the weather and the rain may actually give me excuses, may give me reasons. So let's look at Wheeler. I mean, he's had a great year. The only thing that's worrying me about Wheeler right now is lately, the last couple of games, he's been struggling. So let me see. He's allowed 15 earned runs over his last 20 innings. Not good. During that stretch, though, he's also got 23 strikeouts, which is good. So he's always got the strikeout upside there. To me, though, probably pushes me more of a GPP play, especially when you look at against Washington this year. I was going to say Senators. Against Washington this year, he's 1-3 with 4.11 ERA. So, I mean, he's pretty much the whole season. You want to look at the whole season as a whole. He's pretty much been one of the best pitchers in baseball. 2.90 ERA, 2.58 FIP, struck out 10.39 batters per nine. And he only has a 10-9 record. That shows actually how much lacking of offensive support he's getting. Good spot against Washington, but you still look when he's 1-3 against them with 4.11 ERA. There's no longer no Turners there anymore, no Schwarbers. But still, I'd probably would push Wheeler to more of a GPP play tonight, just because he's 10-6. So who are we going to run for two? I think you got two slots to go. Marquez is going to be your popular play. Right now, we're looking at Marquez at 35% ownership, and we had Wheeler at 34%. I mean, Marquez is having a great year, actually pitching better in Coors. This is a non-Coors game. He's been struggling a little bit lately, but he's at 35 strikeouts over his last 6 starts. That's 31 innings, so it's over strikeout an inning. The Rangers are not a horrible strikeout team. They're kind of in the middle, but also they're only hitting 229 as a team, and they don't score runs. Third fewest in the majors. They had a big game yesterday, which I actually liked him yesterday. Everything kind of added up for him yesterday, but today, Marquez on the road, he's got 10.2 K per nine. There's only a couple of hitters really you got to worry about from Texas. What else we got on Marquez? He's going to be popular. It's Texas. We pick on Texas. The main thing is his price, though. He's 8.5. He's $2,200 less than Ray. So I think you roll with Marquez as your 2, Ray as your 1. You know, he has been better at home, though, but as I said, it's the Rangers. I see they're scoring 3.4 runs per game, which is the worst in the league. 70 WRC plus, 262 WOBA the second half. So probably right now, the smart move is going to be Marquez and Robbie Ray in cash. Now, remember, we still have Corbin Burns sitting out there, and we've been playing Burns all year. I can't believe we're actually not even mentioning him. But I still think Burns is a GPP play. You can use him in cash, but he's Corbin Burns. He's great. But he did allow 4 earned runs in his last game out. But before that, though, he'd only allowed 1 run in the previous 3 games. Faced a Giants team about a month ago. Was really good. Allowed only 1 earned run. Strike out 5 over 7 innings. They are a good offense, but they only hit 244 as a team. He's been better on the road. But I still think Burns at that price is more of a GPP play. Our cheat sheet is looking at him at about 28% ownership. I mean, you can go either way, but I think tonight, probably the first time all year, looking at Burns as if anything, I'd say cash/GPP. But I pretty much say GPP tonight. So I think Marquez and Ray are your ways to go. One other pitcher I'm really looking at to run as an SP2 in cash who's not catching much ownership. I'm looking at on our ownership at 5% is Luis Garcia for the Astros. I think Garcia has been a stud this year. He's, if anything, he could be a pivot from Ray. But he's been, let me see, he's going for Rookie of the Year. 24 games, he's got 3.21 ERA, 1.10 WHIP, 144 strikeouts, and only 123 innings. That's 31 plus his 31.1% strikeout rate since the All-Star break. So Luis Garcia going up against Seattle, who's striking out 25% of the time against righties, I think is in a great spot. Probably if you want to go, the smart move would be Marquez and Ray, but I like Garcia a lot. I was entertaining running a Burns Garcia lineup in cash. It'd be a little bit different, but if you're type of person that goes with the ownership in cash games, I'm still going to go back to Ray and Marquez. Sorry. Who else we got? There's one pitcher here for Texas that's getting some talk. This kid, AJ Alexey, and I understand why. He's only 4.7. I do know people actually using him in cash tonight. They're running a Ray Alexey combo, or a Marquez Alexey combo. You can get all kinds of crazy bats tonight, which I don't think you need that savings. But you got this kid AJ Alexey. He's only 4.7. He's going against Colorado. We know Colorado is horrible on the road. They have they're 67 WRC plus offense on the road, 272 WOBA, 112 ISO, 25% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. Horrible. I mean, he's not one of their top prospects. He's pretty much here because of more COVID reasons, and he's been pitching awesome. He hasn't pitched much this year. But if you got AA, AAA stats, he's got a 1.66 ERA, 10.6 K per 9. So he hasn't been getting blown up. He's a fly ball pitcher. So great spot, I think, if you're running GBPs and you want to run a value pitcher. Anytime you go up against Colorado on the road, how bad their offense is, he's in play. 4.7. To me, GPP play. I do know people that run him in cash and taking the chance. Run like a Marquez, Alexey, kind of game stacking that game and getting big bats. I don't advise it, but it's there. Who else we got out here? We have, I mentioned Burns, Chris Flexon. He's in a tough matchup, though, but he's been really good all year. He's allowed just 9 runs in his last 5 starts in August. 26 strikeouts, 31 innings. GVP, Luis Patino for Tampa. He's actually getting more. They're stretching him out more. He's getting more pitches now. He's a stud. He's one of their prospects. He hasn't pitched now in almost 10 days, so he's got some rest. He may get stretched out tonight. He's only allowed 2 earned runs in his last 2 starts. So good spot for Patino GVP. People are talking about Chris Paddock. I'm not a Chris Paddock guy. They don't let him pitch deep. He only has 2 pitches, but he's going up against Arizona. I actually like the Arizona side actually for offense. So let's kind of sum this up. Anybody else I'm missing? I guess I'm missing Nick Pivetta for Boston. He's not been good the last couple starts, though. But against the Rays, though, he's in 3 starts against the Rays, though, he's got a 1.65 ERA. By striking out 18 over 60 innings. So he hasn't been good lately, but he's been good against the Rays. a big series, though, for the Red Sox. They got to win the series. They're in this playoff hunt, especially in a wild card. Pivetta's got to give him his best tonight. So I have no problem running Pivetta tonight, the righty, against the Rays. And GBPs, though, that's 6.8, not a bad price. And you see they're in Tampa. They're in the Trop. He's actually pitching much better on the road too. 3.56 ERA compared to 5.60 at home. So I'd throw Pivetta into especially a high GBP spot at only 6.8. All right, so to wrap up pitching, I think especially with the weather now in Washington, kind of gives me a reason to go off Wheeler, even though I think Wheeler's in a great spot. I don't see anything updated yet. I'm looking at Robbie Ray and Marquez, pretty much on our cheat sheet, our top two pitchers, 42% owned and 35% owned. And yeah, that's it for cash. If you don't want to use Marquez, I think Wheeler would be the play. If not, I really like Luis Garcia. I think he's in a great spot tonight. Definitely a great spot tonight for Houston against Seattle. All right, any questions for pitching? All right, let's go running bases. We're going to use a cheat sheet, kind of use that as a guide, looking at ownership. I'm pretty much talking cash here. If I see any GDP plays, I'll throw them out there. And cheat sheets, actually, I just got a DM. The cheat sheet's been updated. So let me update that quick. And you guys that are premium members, pull it up. It is hot off the presses. Let me see pitching. So pitching right now, Wheeler's popped up like 2% over Robbie Ray. So we got Wheeler 35%. Over Marquez, 35%. Marquez 32%. So pretty much call them even. And Ray's still up there at 47%. All right, going around the bases. Let's look at catcher right now. There is nobody. Well, yeah, there is. We got Austin Nola. Is Kevin Smith now for Toronto considered a first baseman? But in the catcher, we have Austin Nola. Highest owned projected at 20%, which is kind of high for a catcher. Who is Kirk catching for Toronto? He is. Okay, so if you're looking to pay up, which may be hard tonight with a Robbie Ray game, since you use a guy like a Wheeler. But if you're going to pay up tonight, I think Will Smith is still the top play. And he is starting. He's gone. The problem with Smith, though, he's up and down his damn lineup. He's batting eighth now tonight. But he's going up against a lefty. He's got the platoon split advantage. So even though Smith does hit better against righties in the reverse, but Smith's in play, though, at 4.6. He's got 9 hits in his last 7 games. He's only 4.6. Or you can go to Gary Sanchez. He's going to be popular if I'm assuming he gets a start. The Yankee lineup isn't out yet. Going up against Mike. Now it's Mike Mayers. It's a bullpen game. They've been switching names all day. So Sanchez is going to be maybe popular at 4.2. Who else? Austin Nola. Austin Nola is right now been a popular choice lately. We're looking at like 20% ownership. I don't mind Nola. If I have the money, I'll roll there. He's only 3.1. Hitting better. He gets an advantage over Gilbert. 360 average against lefties. He's now hitting 330 over his last month. We saw how good Nola was last year in Seattle. He's got some power. So Austin Nola is probably the popular play, unless you want to punt it. And if we're going to punt it, I would say we could run. You got Marchand again at 2.5 for Philly. Kirk's now 4K, so he's not a punt anymore. There is Texas is running Pozo at 2K against Marquez now. I guess Diaz you can run. He's a righty. 4.9. No, he's not a punt though. There's not too many punts tonight. We got Varsho's now on a punt at 3.8. Maldonado's always a punt. He's going against Flexon. So I would imagine this kid for Philadelphia, Marchand, is going to be probably one of your top punts tonight. There's not a lot out there for catcher. I guess if you have the money, settling for Noah, kind of a middle of the road play. Zunino now is 4.3. I'd rather play Zunino against a lefty. He's batting 9th tonight also. That's it. There's no great punts. And Pozo's going against Marquez. Maybe if you don't pitch Marquez, that's it. Not much out there, man. So I either use Marshawn against Gray for Washington at 2.5, or I'm going Aaron Nola with the split advantage against Gilbert at 3-1. Kitchen sucks tonight, so kind of throw some darts. Let's go to first base. Now we'll get some real hitters here. Looking at ownership right now, Eric Hosmer is the highest owned. It's not a lot, though, 21% on DK. The main reason Hosmer is so high owned is because I looked at it right away. He's going up against lefty. He's not a great hitter against lefty, but he's only 2.7. That's why Eric Hosmer is going to be popular. I have problems playing Hosmer against a lefty, but he's there. Christian Walker, I guess, is really cheap still. I'm assuming, is Arizona's lineup out? Yeah, Walker's batting cleanup against Paddock. It's righty on righty, though. He's only 2.5. He can be a punt. I'm probably leaning more toward Anthony Rizzo against the righty. Rizzo's a lefty batter at only 3.7. Probably my top value play at first. Then you always have the Vlad at Muncy. Muncy hits great in reverse splits at first base. First base is kind of a minefield also. It's a wasteland. So probably the top play is probably going to be, if you get the Muncy at 4.8, but I'd probably stick to guys like a Rizzo at 3.7, Hosmer at 2.7, or Walker. I'd go cheap because let's go to second base because I like Trey Turner at 5.4. Trey Turner is going to kind of come close to a core play. If I had the money at 5.4, the only thing I don't like about Turner tonight is, let me go to second base, is he's going up against lefty Smiley. It's going to kind of affect his stone base. But I still like him against the lefty. He's crushing lefties. 285 ISO, 473 WOBA, 398 batting average. Trey Turner's your top play here at 5.4. Pretty close to it. I may end up coring him. Semien, righty on righty, hits righty's good, is in play at 5.3. I like Ozzie Albies tonight because Albies going up against a lefty. You know it's Urias for the Dodgers, but Albies has been crushing lefties all season. 285 ISO, 404 WOBA. Probably more of a GPP play. But if you can't get the Trey Turner, I'd probably say drop down to a punt play, like a Josh Van Meter for Arizona. He's batting 6 tonight. Or if you're not using Marquez, Nicky Solak for Texas. I've been using Nicky Solak for a week now. He's been getting me like 9 or 10 points a night, solid, especially at that price. He's now 11 for 38 over his last 7 games. 4 of them multi-hit. Solak is usually like a mid-4 price guy. So Solak is like my top punt if I'm not using Marquez. If not, I guess you go to Van Meter. The cheat sheet telling us anybody else to play beside those guys. Ha-Seong Kim, I guess for San Diego is only 2K now. If he cracks the lineup. The lineup's not out yet, so I don't know. Let me update and see if it's out. I don't think it's out yet. All right, when it comes out, we'll see. That's not a bad play, Kim at 2K. Yeah, it's not out yet. So let me see. The Brewers just came out, the Dodgers came out, and the Braves. Okay, so keep an eye on our old KBO Korean baseball buddy Kim at 2K. And that's pretty much it. Man, there's not very many great bats tonight. So let's go third base. Third base, Manny Machado at 30% right now is running away with ownership on our projections. 22% on FanDuel, so pretty much on both sites. I do like Machado. I think the top play, though, is probably Devers, but you got to pay for Devers. After his 2 bombs last night, batting second again today, going against Patino, got the split advantage. He's been crushing righties all year. Devers is a righty. Patino struggles against lefty bats, too. So Devers is your play, though, if you have the 6-1 to pay for him. If not, I like Machado. Revenge game against Gilbert. I call it revenge game. He no hit San Diego. They're not going to get no hit again. Austin Riley, I don't mind, but I'd rather see Riley actually on a reverse split. Though he does get the advantage today. Justin Turner. I guess Turner's leading off tonight. So Turner's now 5-4 leading off against Smiley. So no, it's Trey Turner. I'm sorry. What? Turner's cleanup. Wow. I just saw Turner. So Turner's cleanup at 4.7 against Smiley. So I guess to me the question is, do you play Justin Turner, or do you play Machado? They're both not actually tearing the ball up. Devers is the play if you have the money. But let me see. Turner against lefties, 238 ISO on the year, 368 WOBA. Not hitting 150 in the last week, 200 over last month. Machado, same thing, 211 ISO, hitting 240 last week, 230 over the last month. Neither of these guys are hot. Maybe you can run a Joey Wendell up his big game yesterday. We know Wendell feasts on righties. Pivetta's not a horrible righty, though. But Wendell is only 3.6. So maybe Wendell's a sneaky play at 3.6, batting 6 tonight against Tampa. I would probably say I might lean Wendell. If not, I'd probably lean Machado over Turner. Kevin Smith for Toronto is now first and third base eligible. He actually had a bomb yesterday, so he's only 2.3. Maybe look at Smith. I like this Yanni Hernandez for Texas. I use him a lot. He's minimum price. I can't see Kevin Smith going 2 days in a row for a home run, but let me see. He's been 8th. So he had a home run last night. Before that, though, he's had 3 DK points, 2 DK points, 3 DK points. So probably leaning Machado, I guess, out of all these guys. Tough. This is a tough night here for chalk. There's not a lot of good cash plays here. And shortstop. Let's go to shortstop then. Maybe find somebody here. Bo Bichette, I like a lot. Jake Cronenworth's catching a lot of love today, but I don't understand how Cronenworth is he's looking at it's like almost 30% ownership, but he's going up against a lefty. And I mean, I know it's Gilbert. Let me see. Cronenworth is 181 ISO, 352 WOBA against lefties. You got Corey Seager. Maybe Corey Seager at 4.9. Who else we got? Unless you want to punt it, go to Velasquez for the Yankees, who was minimum price at $2K. There's nobody that you have to have here tonight. B-Cros's going against Burns. Craig against Flexon. I don't like to pick on Flexon anymore. Maybe Bogarts, but he's 5.8 against Patino, righty on righty. Bad spot again tonight. Probably maybe Bichette at 5.3. It's righty on righty, though. Right now, maybe just go with the ownership and see what the last update shows. And if not, maybe just Cronenworth. Cronenworth's popular for a reason at 30%. So maybe use Cronenworth for 4.1. You can kind of do a mini stack with Machado at third at 4.8. Maybe you can get Tatis in the outfield. Might be tough, though. But maybe Cronenworth, Machado's a mini stack with Turner at second and a cheap first baseman like a Hosmer or Walker. Outfield. 2 players that are kind of run away with the ownership is AJ. Hogs dropped a little bit. Tatis and Springer. So Springer's back today, batting. Let me see. I'm assuming Springer's batting first, right? Oh, that's it. So their lineup is not out for a reason here. So something's going on with Toronto. So we're assuming Springer's back. Maybe that's why. They're not sure yet. He's 4.9 and going up against this kid Chris Ellis, who's obviously a gas can, young kid for Baltimore. But Springer's going to be popular. AJ Pollock's going to be popular. I'm probably going to core AJ Pollock. He's only 3.6 facing the lefty. He's been crushing lefties all year. 330 hours over the last 30 days, and plus a 206 ISO, 384 WOBA against lefties. So I guess pencil in Pollock first. And then if we can get to Tatis, you play him. He's looking at over 25% ownership. He's going to be tough, though, with that price. What is Tatis now? 6.3. Springer, 4.9. These Padres are popular. Will Myers is popular. Pham is popular. I guess the kid just no hit them. He hit 2. Joey Gallo is going to be popular. I'm seeing he's cored in a lot of places. He's a lefty going up against Mike Myers. It's a bullpen game. Who am I looking at personally? Probably going to roll Pollock. Oh, I like Alex Vertigo. Where's Vertigo batting tonight? Vertigo's batting 5th against Patino. Vertigo, and I don't think he's catching a lot of ownership, though. He's not catching ownership at all. I put him in my top plays article. He is hitting 325 against righties. Second best of all outfielders. 399 WOBA, 410 overall average over the last week, and 340 over the last month. I like Vertigo at 3.8 against Patino. He may have been in my main lineup. Patino struggles against left-handed bats. 271 average, giving up 368 WOBA. Carrera for the Phillies should be leading off tonight. He is. He's hitting really well against righties. Against Josh, he's going up against Gray for Washington. He now has a 500 WOBA over the last 2 weeks with 4 home runs. Best in Major League Baseball. Quietly, Herrera is really hitting the ball. Corey Dickerson, if he gets to start again tonight, Dickerson is crushing right now. I'm a huge Dickerson fan. We don't know if he'll start or what's going to happen now with Springer back in the lineup. If Dickerson gets a start, he's definitely in play because he's so cheap. He's crushing the ball. Stanton still crushing the ball. Tucker's hitting well. We all know about Tatis. We know Harper's hitting the ball well. Schwarber's crushing. Ketel Marte, he's banged up a little bit, though. I played Marte a lot. I love Marte for Arizona, though. The Warriors know he's banged up. But I like the BVP versus Paddock, 7 for 13. I was 500 or more than 500 against Paddock. And Marte is starting tonight. He's batting, second? This worries me. He's banged up. What has he done this weekend? 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 2. So he's 3 for his last 10. So maybe that's why, but he's banged up. Some punt plays, Brandon Marsh for the Angels. People don't realize he's hitting 3-6 over his last 20 games. Brandon Marsh is crushing the ball. Should be batting 7th. Lorenzo Kane is another one from Milwaukee. Kane is like 2.5. He's got a career against Cueto. They know each other. He's 6 for 12 lifetime against Cueto. I don't mind using Kane even in the main lineup at 2.5. You can't beat it. It's almost a free square. So that's pretty much our plays there. Even though Springer's close to 30% owned, I got to watch the lineup to see. I'm still kind of on the fence about that. This is his first game back. Tatis is really high owned, but he's also expensive. Let me see if there's anybody I'm missing. I mentioned Gallo. I mean, we like Meadows against righties, definitely. Chris Taylor, I like for Dodgers, only 4-1, definitely. Cody Bellinger, I like too. Sorry, my earphone just fell out. Who else? Avisail Garcia. So I'm probably gonna run. I'm gonna run Garcia some of my lineups. I'm probably gonna go a little sneaky, like a Garcia, Adames, Colton Wong, little mini stack somewhere. But I do like Garcia tonight too. That's one guy I forgot to mention. Avisail Garcia. I've been a Garcia guy all season. I'll probably just keep rolling with it. I'm not seeing my main cash, but he's gonna be probably if I'm making 2 lineups, he's gonna be at least in one of my top 2 lineups. And all the other ones is Yelich. Yelich right now is just totally seeing the ball, man. He is on fire. Actually, I didn't mention Yelich, but Yelich is in one of his runs right now. He's at 370 over the last week, 320 over the last month. And what's Yelich's price right now? I just saw it. 4.8. Oh, he's only 4.8. Yelich. I think Yelich's almost got to be close to core play. He's down below 5K. Yelich against Cueto. I love Yelich. So I might run like a Garcia, Yelich, Adames, Colton Wong, something like that. A little mini stack. I'm going to run, more than 1 or 2 lineups. Like the Brewers tonight. All right. You guys have any questions? Top stacks. Like the Yankees, of course. Like the Blue Jays. Of course, like the Padres, because I think they're going to come back against no hit them. And I do like as a sneaky stack, I like Arizona. Like the Diamondbacks tonight. Going up against Chris Paddock. I'm going to run out a bunch of guys like Pavin Smith, David Peralta, Josh Rojas, Ketel, who's a switch hitter. Arizona's my sneaky stack tonight. All right, so price picks. Code YFC. I have 2 calls right now for price picks. I put my top plays. If anybody has any other ones, you can throw them out there. I like the Pivetta over. I had Pivetta over 6 Ks against Tampa Bay. He's actually pitched against Tampa 3 times this season. He's only allowed 5 hits and 3 runs, and they do strike out a lot at home. So I don't mind a Pivetta over 5 Ks. Who else do I have? Alex Vertigo, I already talked about Vertigo over 5.5. He should hit that easy. They said Vertigo is a really sneaky play tonight, and he's not popular for some reason. Batting in the middle of that lineup. Patino struggles against lefties, and Vertigo right now is hitting 325 against righties, 399 WOBA, 410 overall average over the last week, and 340 over the last month. So I like Vertigo a lot tonight. Verdugo. And that's pretty much prize picks. What's Harper's 7.5? I think Harper gets a righty at 7.5. You should take the over on that too. Yeah. Yep, over 7.5. All right. Any questions, guys? We kind of went through this quick. At 6:36, we have a good half hour to lock. If not, so let me see. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Big MLB slate. We have an MLB show at 6. Wednesday night, we have a college football show / with a little bit of Canadian football in there. Thursday, college football. Friday, we're going to start doing EPL soccer. We're going to have a live stream for EPL soccer for the Saturday slate. So our guy Adam V12 is going to be running a live stream for EPL soccer, which is going to be really cool. Saturday, the college football live stream, live before lock. So every night we have a live show going, pretty much baseball or college football and some soccer on Friday. All right, guys, if there's no questions, I'll put my cord in a second. I'll be on premium. We'll keep an eye out on the weather let me check that before I go off and see if any other lineups are out yet, actually. See if there's any weather updates. So now he did update the Washington game with Wheeler. He's putting that yellow, chance for delay. Showers upstream aren't too impressive, but they're capable of a mid-later inning delay. So starting pitchers, I would not consider them overly safe. I would probably make Zach Wheeler now a GPP play. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad if he pitches a no-hitter and goes 9 innings, but with some rain there, I would consider it. And then there's other good pitchers like Garcia and Ray and Marquez. I would put Wheeler as a GPP play tonight with that weather. And is any more lineups out yet? The Brewers, we saw the Brewers come out. Yep, that's it. So none of the ones we're waiting for. All right, guys, we're out of here. Thank you to Mickey, our producer, and good luck. Deuces. Peace.
At the bottom of the ocean, I'm at the bottom of the sea. At the bottom of the ocean, don't know if I'll make